In this video, we'll cover creating a new project. From the Novolution homepage, hover over the IRB tab and click to create IRB Protocol. If you are the PI, your name and department will automatically populate in these first two fields. If you are a student or otherwise do not have PI eligibility, these fields will be blank. Click into the Principal Investigator field to search for your PI's name. The department will then automatically populate. Proceed to enter your project title and lay summary. Then click Continue. This is your new project page. Up at the top, you'll see the Project Details panel, which contains an overview look at your project. Of note is the status, letting you know where the project is in the workflow. Currently, it's draft submission pending. On the left are the panel shortcuts. Clicking here will allow you to skip through sections. Let's begin with the primary info panel. The study title and summary have already carried over from the first page. Novolution uses smart logic, so answering questions will produce follow-up questions. Be sure to answer all of the follow-up questions. In this example, I'm going to leave out a required field to show you what it looks like when you skip a question. You can see if all of the required fields in a panel have been completed by clicking the check mark at the top corner of the panel box. Here you'll see there's an error and a red box letting you know which question is missing. You can click this link to be directed to the question that is missing. Then answer it and go back to the checkbox. Now you'll see that the section is complete and has a check mark for completed. As you go through the questions, you'll also see help bubbles. This will provide more information about what the question is asking or direct you to policies that may assist you. Next is the research team. Click the button to add a researcher. You can add as many researchers as needed. Begin by searching for the researcher's name in the researcher field. Then select the project role from the drop-down list, as well as their responsibilities. If there are additional responsibilities which are not listed here, click Other, which will provide a Please Describe field. Note, if this is a person that should have ability to make edits to the project, this box should be checked. Then click Save. Repeat the process by clicking the button again to add any other researchers that should be on the team personnel. Next is the Review Type Determination panel. In this panel, you'll be asked a series of questions to identify the review type of your project, such as Exempt, Expedited, or Full Board. I'll select No to the first question so we can skip to the review type. When you answer, do any of the following apply to your project? Selecting Yes will lead you to an Expedited versus Full Board determination review. Selecting No will reveal the exempt categories. You can read through the exempt categories and select those that apply to your research. Note, you can check more than one category. Once you check an exempt category, you'll see that new panel shortcuts appear, including the Recruitment, Informed Consent, Risks and Benefits, and Privacy. If, however, you select the last box, it will uncheck any previous category selected, and you see that these panel shortcuts will go away. Now your project has been moved into an Expedited versus Full Board determination, and you'll receive these questions to answer. The categories for Expedited are listed here. You can select from those categories that apply to your research using this drop-down box. Again, you can select many categories here. In this example, we'll act as if the project is an exempt category. The next is the special population. Here you'll also see a link to our FAU IRB policies page, as some of the options may need you to refer to the policies. Select those that apply or click none of the above. Next is the protocol description panel. This is where you'll enter your protocol details. Next is the recruitment panel. This is one of 3 panels that will give you the option to upload documents. Use our new FAU IRB Forms and Templates page to download the recruitment material you need. Change it according to your project specifications, then return to this panel to upload it here. Next is the Informed Consent panel. This is the second panel that will give you the option to upload documents. However, unlike the recruitment panel, only PDF files can be uploaded in the consent panel, so that any approved consent materials can be stamped. Here also, use the FAU IRB Forms and Templates page to select and download the template appropriate to your project. Make edits as needed, then upload into the respective field. If you select yes, that all participants will provide their own consent, the adult consent button will become a required field, and you should use this button to upload that consent. If, however, you select no, different buttons will appear based on what you select for who will provide consent. For instance, selecting parent guardian produces a parent guardian consent button. Upload your parental permission forms here. Next is the risks and benefits panel. Continue through the rest of the panels to complete your research application. The final panel will be the protocol documents. Here is the third place where you can upload documents, and it is a required field that you upload your surveys, interview questions, and so on in the Data Collection Tools button. If you have any other documents that you'd like to upload but that are not required, use the Other Documents button. Likewise, for Data Use Agreement, upload it here when applicable. The IRB submission records are any of those documents, such as your consent forms, in Word format so that you can keep them with the project. Once you have completed your IRB application, click to submit for approval. Any required fields that were not completed will show up in this red box and will be noted as errors in the panel shortcuts. Click through these to answer any incomplete answers. Once you have addressed those errors, click to submit for approval. When your submission has been successful, you'll see a green bar. You'll also see that the status has changed to the next step, which is in this case, PI certification pending. This concludes the video on creating a new project